Hey there, intrepid explorers. Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the world of the mysterious and unexplained. Alright, let's start with a classic. A house so bizarre, so seemingly built without rhyme or reason, that it could only be the product of, well, let's just say an eccentric mind. This is the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California, and it's a labyrinth of oddities that would make MC Escher scratch his head. Built by Sarah Winchester, the widow of the Winchester rifle magnate, this sprawling mansion is a testament to her belief that she was cursed by the spirits of those killed by her husband's firearms. Now you might be thinking, cursed, Shane? Really? But hear me out. This house has staircases that lead to nowhere, doors that open into walls, and windows overlooking other rooms. It's like Sarah Winchester took a blueprint and said, you know what this house needs? More chaos! The place has 160 rooms, 2,000 doors, 10,000 windows, 47 fireplaces, and 40 staircases. Some say that Sarah designed the house this way to confuse the spirits, keeping them trapped within its twisting corridors. And the stories! Oh boy, the stories! People have reported seeing strange lights, hearing disembodied footsteps, and feeling cold spots in specific areas. Some even claim to have encountered the ghost of Sarah Winchester herself, still wandering her bizarre creation. One particularly active spot is the seance room, where Sarah supposedly attempted to contact the spirits for guidance on her never-ending construction project. Is it true? Who knows? But the Winchester Mystery House remains a fascinating example of architectural oddity and a hotbed of paranormal activity. I mean, if you were a restless spirit, wouldn't you want to hang out in a place with this much going on? Next up, we're heading to the infamous Amityville Horror House, a place so synonymous with paranormal activity that it's practically a household name. This unassuming Dutch colonial house in Long Island, New York, became the stuff of nightmares after the Lutz family, who moved in back in 1975, claimed to have experienced a terrifying ordeal at the hands of malevolent spirits. I'm talking about full-on demonic possession, disembodied voices, green slime oozing from the walls, the works. Now, the backstory is pretty grim. Just a year before the Lutz family moved in, the house was the scene of a horrific mass murder. One fateful night, Ronald DeFeo Jr. shot and killed 6 members of his own family in the dead of night. The murders sent shockwaves through the community and cast a dark shadow over the house. When the Lutz family moved in, they claimed to be plagued by a series of increasingly disturbing events. They reported swarms of flies, unexplained cold spots, and foul odors. George Lutz, the father, claimed to have woken up at 3:15 a.m. every night, the time of the murders. The children claimed to have seen red eyes peering at them through the darkness. It all culminated in the family fleeing the house after only 28 days, convinced that it was overrun by evil forces. The Amityville horror story became a media sensation, spawning books, movies, and countless paranormal investigations. Skeptics argue that the Lutz family fabricated the story for fame and fortune, pointing to inconsistencies in their accounts. But the house on Ocean Avenue continues to attract curious visitors and paranormal enthusiasts eager to experience its unsettling energy. Chapter 3. The Borley Rectory, England's most haunted house. Now, let's hop across the pond to good old England, a land steeped in history, mystery, and more than its fair share of haunted houses. But none are quite as legendary as the Borley Rectory, a sprawling Victorian mansion in Essex that earned the rather dubious title of England's most haunted house. And let me tell you, this place has the ghostly resume to back it up. The stories of hauntings at Borley Rectory date back to the 19th century, with reports of phantom footsteps, unexplained noises, and even full-bodied apparitions. One of the most famous residents was the Reverend Henry Dawson Ellis Bull, who claimed to have seen the ghost of a nun, who he believed to be a former resident who had been murdered within the house's walls. He even reported throwing bottles of holy water at the apparition, which unsurprisingly didn't seem to do much. But the hauntings didn't stop there. There were reports of phantom carriages, objects moving on their own, and even ghostly writing appearing on the walls. One particularly creepy incident involved a series of messages appearing on the wall of a bedroom, supposedly written by a spirit named Mary Ann, who claimed to have been murdered and buried on the property. Sadly, the Borley Rectory was destroyed by a fire in 1939, leaving behind only ruins and a legacy of chilling tales. But even in its absence, the stories of the Borley Rectory continue to fascinate and terrify, solidifying its place as one of the most haunted locations in the world. Chapter 4: The Myrtles Plantation, Ghosts of the Old South. Alright, let's head back stateside to the heart of the American South, a region steeped in history, charm, and, you guessed it, more than a few ghost stories. The Myrtles Plantation in St. Francisville, Louisiana is one such place. A beautiful antebellum mansion with a dark past and a reputation for paranormal activity that's as strong as a mint julep on a hot summer day. Built in 1796, the Myrtles Plantation has seen its fair share of tragedy over the years. One of the most well-known stories involves a slave named Chloe, who supposedly poisoned a birthday cake, killing the plantation owner's wife and 2 daughters. Legend has it that Chloe was caught and hanged for her crimes, and her restless spirit now roams the plantation, seeking revenge for her untimely demise. But Chloe's ghost isn't the only one said to haunt the Myrtles Plantation. Visitors and staff have reported seeing the ghostly figures of children playing on the grounds, hearing disembodied voices, and feeling unexplained cold spots. One of the most active spots is a mirror in the house, which is said to reflect the images of those who died on the property. The Myrtles Plantation has been featured on numerous paranormal television shows and attracts visitors from all over the world eager to experience its eerie atmosphere and catch a glimpse of its ghostly residents. Chapter 5: The Monte Cristo Homestead, Australia's most haunted. Now, for our final stop on this ghostly world tour, we're heading down under to Australia, a land of sunshine, surfing, and as it turns out, some seriously spooky haunted houses. The Monte Cristo Homestead in Junee, New South Wales, is widely considered to be the most haunted house in all of Australia, and after hearing its stories, you might just agree. This grand Victorian mansion was built in 1885 by a wealthy pioneer named Christopher Crawley, and it seems like tragedy followed the family from the get-go. Over the years, the house witnessed a string of unfortunate events, including the death of a young boy who tumbled down the stairs, a maid who supposedly fell to her death from the balcony, and a stable hand who met an untimely end in a fire. But the creepiest story of all involves the former caretaker of the house, who was found dead in the caretaker's cottage. The cause of death? You guessed it, natural causes. Just kidding, it was deemed a murder. And to add a cherry on top of this spooky Sunday, some say the caretaker's ghost still haunts the property, keeping a watchful eye on the living. Visitors to the Monte Cristo homestead have reported a whole host of strange occurrences, from disembodied voices and phantom footsteps to objects moving on their own and even full-bodied apparitions. Some guests have even claimed to have been touched or pushed by unseen forces. So there you have it, folks, our whirlwind tour of the top 5 most mysterious houses that will have you sleeping with the lights on tonight. From the labyrinthine corridors of the Winchester Mystery House to the chilling tales of the Amityville Horror, these houses stand as testaments to the enduring power of the paranormal and the mysteries that lie hidden within the walls of seemingly ordinary homes. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more mysterious content. And be sure to let us know in the comments which house you found the most chilling. We're dying to hear your thoughts. Until next time, sleep tight, and don't let the bedbugs, or the ghosts, bite.